Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indian Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Gotta give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi, Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Gotta give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who led me to this truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord willing to be part of that number. Lord willing to be edifying those who fear the name of the Lord and is striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a green. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. So the water for all who come across and tune in is just a part 2 to my pre-camp. I was wanting to go ahead, because I got off, around 1:30. No, 2:30. Yeah, 2:30. And I got to be back at 5 at the plantation. So I was thinking, man, I can go do camp. But Lord put the spirit on me to just wait till I get off work. And sure enough, it rained again. I've been looking at the weather, and it looked like it's going to be stopping raining about the time I get off plantation. And I'll be able to go ahead and finish our camp because I want to do it in the middle of the highway where I like to do it at. So I'm just doing some pre-camps to go ahead and, stay in the work, stay fervent in the faith. And, I finally got another laptop, all glory to Yahawah for that. I was able to get a new one, for the blessings that he gave me, And so, hopefully the sound's a little better. I had a guy get on my comment board and say, man, your audio is bad. He ain't say nothing about, the water for the edification, none of that. He just was so, what's the word? He was so adamant to have to let me know I didn't have the best audio in the world. Yeah, how much I don't care about that, bro. Okay, I'm doing everything, using everything I got. Okay, so, but anyways, you'll get scoffers like that, man. They'll come across your page. All they care about is if it's suitable for their ass, and they ain't even doing the work, man. We're not worried about those people. Okay, so if you don't like my audio, you don't like the way it's being done, just go somewhere else. Okay, I'm doing it the way that the Lord told me to do it to the best of my abilities. I'm not an audio developer. I'm a servant of Yahawah, man. So you ain't gonna always get the best audio. You ain't gonna always get the best or whatever, man. We ain't worried about that over here. We're worried about serving Yahawah. All the rest of that, can wait, man. And that stuff will be approved a long time. So Lord willing, the audio's a little better. You soft motherfuckers out there talking about my audio's horrible. Okay? Who cares? I'm doing the work of Yahawah. And that person ain't even doing no work. So really, they not supposed to be saying nothing. The audio's so bad, go do the work and go get you a computer and do the shit on your shit. Why you worried about me? Anyways. We're going to get over here. We're going to put in some precepts. This is James chapter 2, verse 1. Get over here. Feel real good about this laptop too. It's pretty good. My last one was horrible, man. The Lord is increasing me, in many ways. So the water Yahawah, so I can do the work a little better as I come along into this truth. And Lord willing, I can keep improving to be able to edify the flock to the best of my abilities. So let me zoom this in so you can see a little better. All right. So we're going to read just a little bit of this. This is James chapter 2, verse 1. It reads, my brethren, have not faith of our Lord Yahawashi Mashiach, the Lord of glory, which is Yahawashi, with respect of persons, right? Respect of persons. So we're not supposed to have no favoritism. And you, of course, you'll have some brothers that you'll deal with more than others, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have favoritism. There's a lot of brothers out there, but what it means by favoritism is don't hold back judgment. If there's something that needs to be corrected, you don't have to correct everything. That's being over righteous, like it said. It said don't point out everything your brother does wrong, because those kind of things, you want to pray to Bahasham Hawashah that they spotted out and they change those things, and come to Yahawah Bahasham Hawashah about them, right? They got to come to Yahawah Bahasham Hawashah about them and pray to have those things removed from their personalities, but the Lord is already doing that anyways. So those are things that we don't need to worry about. But if it become a hindrance where it's making a problem to the brotherhood or the ministry, then yeah, you bring those stuff out. But you don't just bring it out online right off the bat. You know what I mean? Unless they put themselves on blast like that. But at the same time, it's all through the spirit, man. We're here to do exactly the way the Lord told us to do, to the best of our abilities. So anyways, not to be respectful of persons, for if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there also coming a poor man in a vile raiment. That's how I was. I came to the truth. I didn't have much stuff, but I was doing the work. You know what I mean? So it's both different type of men. And you have respect to him that wear the gay clothing, and it just means like, they got some good apparel. They look like, they got some fancy apparel. And say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand out there, or sit under my footstool. And that's how the churches do. See, we not those kind of people. Just because a brother got, not a lot of clothing and the situation is bad, you got to judge that person by the spirit, and you got to look at his spirit, man. Because the person coming up dressing nice might be the one that actually fall out the truth, man. Vice versa, though. Even the person that is poor, you can't look at them and be like, oh, well, since they poor, how about Shimei Shai got to be dealing with them? No, everybody's got to get judged and tested on the same curriculum. Okay, the curriculum of Yahawah Bahasham Shai. Okay, and how do you know if they're doing the work, whether they got money or not, if they putting their all in this thing? Whether they got $2 or 200 million. Man, it's raining again. Lord willing to stop before I got to go back to work. Go to the damn plantation. So are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts? Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not the Most High chosen the poor of this world rich in faith? Because that's all we got out here. We don't have much else. The things that we have are just to get us by. So faith is something that, when you're a poor man, is something that is rich, because you don't got riches. And that's why I said riches choke the word. But that don't mean that somebody who has money can't come to the truth. But I know one thing, if you do got a lot of money and come to the truth, you need to be doing what? Taking care of brothers, man, to help the brothers out. Tithing regularly, more regularly than others. And that's just, not saying that that's what I'm telling to a brother that, possibly has a lot of provision. I'm saying that's what I'm going to do if that happens to me. I'm going to be giving out provisions to my brothers, man. That's your family, man. Okay? Because they got people they got to take care of too. Not just including themselves. Some brothers got kids and shit, man. So you want to look at these things and bear these things with your brothers, man, as if, you had those problems yourself. And you're trying to, bring them to a strength and a level that you're trying to get to, right? So, hearken, my beloved brethren, hath the Most High not chosen the poor of the world rich in faith, and the heirs of the kingdom which he hath promised them that love him. But ye have despised the poor. And that's what a lot of our people, 2/3 of our people do. They despise the poor, man. And that's not how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to test people by the Spirit. And really, like it said in the last little pre-camp, you're not supposed to despise anybody. Wicked. We hate the wicked and stuff, but we hate the things that they do. Okay, it's not necessarily like we look at that person like we hate that person. We don't know who that person is, and they might come out to actually be a servant of Yahawah, Yahawashi, because we don't know who's who. Some people that look like other nations could be Israel and just catch the right video that the Lord put the Spirit on them to listen to, and they turn out to be an actual servant, right? So we don't want we want to consider the whole matter when it comes to people over their appearance, and they might have a bad page in their life where they did something that was completely against the Lord, and they come to a point where they're like, damn, man, I messed up, and they change, So we just want to be patient, if anything, more over everything. So do not rich men oppress you and draw before the judgment seats. So we don't want to be like the oppressor. It says, envy not the oppressor and follow none of his ways, right? You're not supposed to be like that. So do they not blaspheme the worthy name by which ye are called? We're called the sons of Yahshua, the sons of the living power, and they blaspheme that, man. They say that we slaves, we ain't nothing, we 3/5 of a man, we ain't nothing, right? So if ye fulfill the royal law according to the scripture, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, ye do well, will do well. But if ye have respect to persons, which means that you just trying to treat somebody better just because they doing it in a better position, or they have a better what's that word? Position in a better circumstance on the earth right now. If you judging that way, that's not lawful judgment. We have to go by the Spirit. So, but ye have respect to persons, ye commit sin and are convinced of the law as transgressors. And we all transgress the law in some way, and that's why we constantly got to repent and constantly got to sin less, constantly got to battle and improve ourselves in different areas. But you got to remember, while you're improving yourself in another area, those stats are going down. So you got to balance yourself and keep improving all areas to keep those all rising while others are falling. You ain't gonna ever just be like, oh yeah, I got that. I ain't gotta ever keep improving on that. You're gonna have to go back and improve on that particular situation or topic concerning your attributes on how you serve Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Just like I used to play like Fight Night and stuff. Brothers used to play video games. I still do now every now and then. But it has to be something that's like edifying in my mind, right? Something that stimulates me. So. Like I used to play Knockout Kings, and let's say you was boxing, and they go to training mode. You go to training mode. You got to fight here, and you getting up your left hook and your right hook, your power. But a thing that'll drop is like your chin and your stamina. So you'll have to go work on that another day, and what you was working on over there, your jab and stuff will drop. So you gotta like balance yourself and train yourself in different areas pertaining to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And a good example of that is like, fellowshipping with brothers, doing camp, doing videos, the way you do videos, prayer. You got to keep focusing on different attributes and go back to them. Because if you don't, then you're gonna get to a point to where you're really strong in one thing and you're really weak in the other things. And you want to have a balance. So, as I was saying, for whosoever shall keep the whole law yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all. So this is why we got to have grace, or we're not going to make it, man. Because ain't nobody following the law all the way. So speak ye and do so, and they that shall be judged by the law of liberty, for he shall save judgment, for he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoices against judgment. Right? Because if we was in a world where judgment rejoices over mercy, then we would be screwed, because that's how it was in the Old Testament. Judgment will rejoice over mercy. You wouldn't get mercy. You would get judgment for whatever you did wrong, especially as a Hebrew Israelite. So we're able to get mercy at this time. But that doesn't mean that we're supposed to commit sin. We're supposed to be glad that he's given us a grace period, and we're supposed to be following the laws to the best of our abilities. So now we're going to go over here And we're going to go to Mark 12:31. And it reads, and the second is like, namely this. Let's start at 30. Hold on. So these are the two main commandments that we need to focus on. And everything else balances around these. So Mark chapter 12, verse 30, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, with all thy heart, and heart means mind, right? And with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment, because if you do that, then you're going to be applying yourself in all these different attributes, right? And how are you able to strengthen yourself in attributes? Just like I said with that boxing game, through training. And how do you train? By listening to the different administrations of Great Millstone. Listen to this brother, he's good at this. You listen to this brother, he's good at this. And it helps you strengthen yourself in that particular area. And that's why you want to gain love of the brotherhood, man. By doing what? Listening and doing what they say do. Okay? They don't have to necessarily be there in front of your face. They're going to see it in your actions and in your videos. So, verse 31, and the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, which is the brothers. There is none other commandment greater than these. So these are two very important commandments that we must follow. Okay? And these are milk scriptures. These are basic scriptures to show you where you need to start as a new brother in the truth, just like me. These are things that we need to remember. This is also another good one. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 15. And it reads, yeah, this computer, I like this computer way better than my other one. Yeah, I like this. I like this. So Proverbs chapter 15, verse 15. Hold on. It's not this precept that I'm looking for. Hold on. Oh, see, I was off just a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna go to Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. I used to think that Proverbs 15, verse 15 was this. So Salakia, I knew it was close, but this is a very important thing. And it reads, Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17, a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. So sometimes you won't even run into brothers until you in a tough time in your life. You'll run into brothers when you like, man, and then somehow some person who is in the truth call you or whatever and come across your life, and you end up coming into the truth. And these are things that I literally have been a part of, okay, and experienced, and been able to be a part of through the spirit, power, and spirit of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's why I'm bringing it up. So a friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding striketh hands, and becometh surety in the presence of his friend, right? So if you don't have no understanding, what do? You're going to strike hands. You're going to make problems. Okay, so that's why we got to be patient, because we all came into this truth without understanding. We all have different understandings, and you might meet a brother that's like this. So let's do this. I want to put it in the NLT. Not saying that he's evil just because he do that, that he got to work on it. Right? So Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. So right here in verse 18, it says, it's poor judgment to guarantee another person's debt or put up security for a friend. Anyone who loves to quarrel loves sin. Anyone who trusts in high walls invites disaster. Okay? Which is like, having a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But, the biggest thing I want to get to is, don't guarantee anything. Always be patient, consider the whole matter, and be understanding, of all things. Be understanding. Because anybody who loves sin likes problems, likes to cause problems. If I would say, likes to cause contention, and that's all brings forth sin. That's why it says in verse 19, he loveth transgression, that loveth strife, and he that exalted his gate seeketh destruction. See, that's why we're not supposed to lift ourselves up. Okay, so this is John chapter 13, verse 34. And I'm about to head back to the plantation, and then when I get to camp, there are some other precepts that the Lord put the Spirit on me to deal with, and I'm going to pull those up, and then we're going to deal with the camp. So this will be my last one. This is John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another, right? And love is, time, patience, also rebuke. Some people you rebuke lighter depending on how they present themselves. If they present themselves in a way where they're trying to make it seem like they need to tell you how to improve your ministry, what you're doing, everything you're seeking, but they ain't doing no work. You got to get on that brother, look at them for a potential brother. Because a brother is only proven by his work for Yahawashi. If you ain't even doing no work for Yahawashi, you just got the potential to be a brother. But, you got to put in that work, man. You can't be sitting there talking about you love Yahawashi and you brothers with the brotherhood and blah, 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 and you ain't done nothing. That don't add up, man. Okay? Because all brothers who really love Yahawashi and love the fold are doing this work. Okay? There's every time I be sitting around, be different brothers' videos popping up talking about this works must be done. Okay, so a new commandment I give you, that ye love one another as I loved you, that ye also love one another. And what's love? Also, it said love was it was charity, and charity is doing this work freely, right? By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if you have love to one another, which is what? In many ways, like we were saying. And if you really love your brother, you're going to do what? You're going to tell them also what they don't want to hear. Things like, hey, you got to stop doing that, man. The Lord going to destroy your motherfucking ass. Stop doing that shit, bro. But, at first, if it's not something that, especially if they're not teaching and stuff, yeah, it's just like, hey, man, let the Lord work with them, because some stuff can't just be fixed by physical means. It's got to take fasting and prayer. Okay, and these are the things that we start being able to present, because like right now we got the Day of Atonement coming up, we got the day of fasting coming up, and the new moon all on the same day, on the 15th. So that's something that you can present to a new brother and say, hey man, we got these things coming up. This might get you to stop particular things that you're struggling with if you give it a try, right? But only the Lord is going to make them want to do it. You just got to do you. Do what the Lord told you to do. So anyways, it says, Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, whether goest thou? Yahawashi answered him, Whither I go, thou cannot follow me now, but thou shalt follow me afterwards. Peter said unto him, Lord, why can I not follow thee now? I will lay down my life for thy sake. Yahawashi answered him, Wilt thou lay down thy life for my sake? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, the cock shall not crow till thou hast denied me thrice. Right? And that's how we know, Peter denied him 3 times, and that was just part of prophecy. You see? So, and that's what we were doing when we were in the world. We were denying Bahasham Yahawashi. We weren't calling him by the name of the Lord. We were calling him by other names. And I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, but it resembles things like that. We denied the words of the Lord when we first came out here, even though, most of us didn't hear him, But, that's just the point that I wanted to bring out. I got to get back to the plantation. I got 15 minutes. So shalom to the elect of Israel, to the hopeful elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that live like the other nations. Scattered across 4 corners of the earth. Got to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawah. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone. Led me to the truth. Been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect, to the hopeful elect. Lord, when we part of that number, Lord, when we be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and the child to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5. It is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. It's unto a marine. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. Salakia was so short. We just pre-cancel before I go to camp. When I get off work, Lord willing, everything will work out the way that it needs to work out to be edifying to the flock. So shalom, wa ball, to water everybody who tuned in. How about some else? Shot brother Thumb. Kill.